In this video, we'll create an VB6 application which will display Hello World on the screen. We'll go through each and every step of creating this application. We'll have two approaches. In one approach, we'll print the text Hello World on the form itself, and in the other one, we'll use what is known as a message box. So let us use the option of message box to display Hello World on the screen. So as we know, just open Microsoft Visual Basic using the steps that I indicated in my earlier window. Now we'll select Standard EXE and click on Open. I got the screen here, a form called Form 1. Let us leave it as it is. Now look at this location here, this area on the screen. As I mentioned, this is the toolbox. This toolbox has got several options here. Now one of them is a command button. Notice the icon here for command button. So I want to pull this command button over here on this form, and then my requirement is when the user clicks on the command button, this application should display Hello World in a message box. So let us write this application now. So I got the form. Now the way I would pull this command button onto this form is, there are two ways in which I could do. One is I could hold this and then pull it over here, or the other thing is I could double click on this. So let me double click on that. So I find command 1 appearing here. So if you got several command, but these are called command buttons. So if you got several of those buttons, then they would have been named as command 1, command 2, command 3, etc. Notice the properties associated with this button are seen here. Okay, so let me just move it around here. So this is the way I would move that, hold it and then just position it to the location where you would want it. So let me retain this caption for this command 1 as it is, because our intention is to just see how we can write a code. So this is in design mode, as you know. So now I want to go to the code mode. I want to write the code associated with this. The way I would do that is I double click on this command 1, double click. So I get a window here which will allow me to enter the code. So notice that Visual Basic has already filled in these details for me. Private sub command 1 click. This tells me as to what is it that needs to happen when the user clicks. So click means that if a user clicks on command 1, whatever steps I mentioned here are going to get executed. So let me write the step here. So let me say I'm using what is known as called a message box. Message box is something that is available in Visual Basic 6. So the way I would use a message box is, this is the syntax for message box. I would say MSG box. So notice that the system is intelligent enough to tell me what are the options that I can have here for message box. So there's one of the formats I could have here is message box, and then I can have this string as it is. So let me say I want to display a string Hello World. Okay, I'm typing the message over here, and now I'm done. So what this means is when the user clicks on command 1, then a message box with contents Hello World should appear on the screen. So this is what we have coded as of now. So let me run this application and see what happens. So notice that on the standard bar I've got an option here which says start. I can start the application now. Yeah. Now I see this. Okay, I see the form here. Now I'm in the run mode. I see command 1 here. So if I click on command 1, I should get Hello World displayed. Yes. There you go. You find that project 1, and then this is the message box which has got Hello World displayed over here. It tells me that I need to click on this to close this. So any number of times I click on command 1, this is what is going to get executed. So we are done with this application now. I'll say stop. stop this application. I hope this is clear. So what I have done is I created a form. On that form I created a command button by double clicking on this from the toolbox command button. So I got this, I double clicked on that, and then I had a window opened up for me which would allow me to enter the code that I need to associate for a click of this command 1. So there I wrote MSG box is a reserved word, is a syntax in Visual Basic 6 which tells me MSG box hello world tells me that a message box with contents hello world has to be displayed when the user clicks on command 1. So I run this application by either clicking on this, or I go to this location and say start with full compile, and then I get this option. I say command 1 get hello world. I hope this is clear. Now let's look at the other option. I'll close this window. Now let's modify this program so that in addition to me seeing a hello world on the screen, I would also want something to be printed on the form itself. So let me modify that. So for that, what I would do is I have to modify the code, obviously. So I double click on command 1. This is the code I have here. So before this message box hello world, I will insert a line print hello world. Hello world. Oh God. Hello world. This is my first VB6 program. Okay. So I got two statements here. One is print hello world. This is my first VB6 program. Then I got message box hello world. So my guess is what should happen is if I run this application, then it should display hello world, this is my first VB6 program on the screen here on form 1, and then it should display a message box with the text hello world on that. So let's see if this is going to happen. So I'll go to the design mode here, view object. I can as well close this. Now in the view object, now I say run, start with full compile. Yep, I see command 1. If I click on that, I see the text here, hello world, this is my first VB program. This is how I can display messages on my form. So the way I would display my message is, I would say print and then the message as such. Then additionally I have got message box, so I'm getting a message box displayed here with the text hello world. So that's it then. This is the first application we have written in VB6. I hope you have like this application. You could try some applications on your own. So in this application I've just used one of these controls called command button, and I've shown you how to write the code associated with that. In subsequent videos we'll develop one full application. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you.